We're going to get into this, and let's do this. They're joining in. This is going to start up because they're in. Go, go, go. Good luck. All right, let's do this. On the kickoff is Zion and Zelric. Kickoff going in Blue's favor, but Neo picking up ball control, bringing it downfield. Going for the challenge on Flood. Doesn't have enough boost to get there for the challenge. Haxor brings it back up. Zion with the clear towards mid. Haxor taking mid boost and shadowed on Flood. Wins the challenge, puts the ball back into mid. Couldn't land on the ball to pinch it into Blue's half. Neo with a good block for the aerial shot. Neo clearing it into Blue's half. Ball, Blue's corner. Zarek coming up for the touch. Ball back into mid. Very back and forth gameplay here. Flood with a shot. Nobody on orange in the net for defense. Kind of a risky play there from them. Don't exactly know why there was nobody in net. Looked like a double commit possibly. On the side of blue. Or on the side of orange, sorry. Second kickoff. Haxor up the wall. Going for a shot towards net. Flood with the save. Zelric in the corner waiting ball. Weak touch to put it across the net. Ross clearing it back into the corner. Flood stealing the ball from Ross to take it upfield. Ariel carrying the ball towards the net. Zelric and Zion managing to get back. Sorry, not Zion. Neo. Neo manages to get the block. Zion with a shot on net. Zelric bringing ball upfield. Neo committing against Flood for the challenge. Will not be able to win that challenge, but Haxor is there. Bring the ball back into Blue's half.
Channel switched.
Sorry.
I was the one that said you
Haxor going for the challenge. Ball in Blue's half. Zion with ball control. Both of his teammates following him. Flood goes for the challenge, but Neo will win it to keep it in mid. Zelric passing back to Haxor. Haxor losing the challenge against Zion. No members of orange in net again. Could have been dangerous if Flood was able to get that past Zelric. Zelric passing out to Neo. Neo not ready. Haxor has it. Haxor ball control, bringing it up. Trying to beat Flood. It looks like he will. Flood unable to make the save. Haxor tying up the game with 2:59 left to go. Now Flood, resident champion of the tournaments we've had so far, won the last one, which was a 2v2 tournament. But with this randomized team, the question remains to see if he would be able to repeat that performance, or if Haxor, Neo, and Zelric can put them into the losers bracket quite early on in this tournament. Haxor clearing towards the corner, but Flood's ready for the challenge. Ball just kind of stabilizes in corner, but Ross is there to clear it back towards orange's half. Flood for the touch. Zion comes in mid-air to take that once Flood misses for the goal. 2-1, favor of blue team. Zion, player we haven't seen too much of in the recent tournaments. I'm excited to see how he performs this time though. Zelric, known for being a stable player. Very consistent on his clearing touches. However, Neo, unable to handle the pressure of having all three members of the blue team up on offense.
User joined your channel.
Did I miss the tourneys?
Yes.
Dang it.
Microphone muted.
Sorry about that. Hold on.
Microphone user left your channel. Microphone muted.
Alright, back to this. Ball in orange's corner. 3-1 now in favor of the blue team. Ross stealing the ball away from orange team to keep the dribble from happening. Is Eric going up for the challenge? Unable to get any kind of contact with the ball. Ross now passing to Flood in mid. Flood will get the goal. The orange defense just unable to make contact. Looks like it might have been a Fields backflip. Or no, just a failed touch. not up remotely fast enough. 4-1. Minute 44 left to go. Ball. Blues half in the corner, rolling out towards center. Flawed whiffs his clear, but Zion is there for the follow-up to block the shot from Neo. Zion doesn't get the boost steal from Haxor. Haxor trying to clear out towards mid again. Does not get the touch, but Zelric is there and will win the challenge against Flood to keep the ball in the midfield. Neo going for the block on the dribble. Will manage to stagnate the ball in center field while Haxor is able to get boost and come back up to clear this back towards blue. Ross with the save. Double commit on the side of blue. Could have been bad if the orange attacker was able to get that through them. Unfortunately, a whiff touch destroys that opportunity for a shot. Zelric up for the shot. Bad touch clears it into the corner to two defensive players. Flood attempting for the clear, but Neo wins the challenge, and then the shot is blocked by Zion. No offensive help coming to Neo. Zelric with the touch, blocked by Zion. Weak clear towards center. Axor's up. Will clear it back into the corner. Good pressure coming out from the orange team, but nothing able to be put onto the net. Seeming like just a total lack of trust in their teammates. Ladies and gentlemen, these are randomized teams, so this tournament is largely based on the fact that these teams will have to come together and be able to work as a team of three to defeat their opponents. And it looks like Orange will not be able to do that here as Blue takes it 4-1. Flood, Zion, and Ross will be moving on in the bracket.
Rubs head on legs. Get legs.
Microphone activated.
Now, 1 second as I prepare the next match.
Yo, it's best of 3.
No, it's best of 1.
Oh, okay.
We're doing best of 3 at semifinals.
Understood.
Okay.
User left your channel.
1 second as I make sure the next match is ready. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to go into this next match.
Click about.
Looks like everybody's in, so we should be seeing the players join teams momentarily. Yep, there they go. Make sure everybody joins. Looks like we're missing one. There we go. Okay, everybody's in. Ladies and gentlemen, match number 2 between Flash, P-Man, and Walden versus Dow, Yoshi, and Blood War starts now. Double commit on the side of blue team quite early on in this match. Blood War with ball control, bringing it into the mid. unable to get the touch. Walden, weak clear towards center. Dal going for the challenge, wins the challenge, but the ball stays in Orange's half. Yoshi has to go up for this, and he does, and he gets the clear into the corner. P-Man bringing it back towards Orange corner, keeping the pressure on as Yoshi goes for the block. Manages to beat Flash, but is unable to clear as P-Man once again brings the ball back into the dangerous center box of that Orange team. Yoshi now on offense, brings the ball into Blue's half, unable to beat Walden for the shot as Dal whiffs his touch. Yoshi able to clear that hard into the Blue half, but Flash wins the aerial challenge against Blood War. Ball now in center. Dal's back, he's towards net. All three Orange players are here. Two go up for the double commit on the aerial clear. Walden able to block it into the corner. Yoshi is there, unable to get the challenge. P-Man's going up to clear into Orange's half. Doesn't recover quite fast enough, and Dal is able to come in and steal that back away into Blue's half. Whiffs the backflip to keep the ball in Blue's half. However, Blood War unable to take the ball upfield. Dal backwards. P-Man trying to find a touch, decides to leave it for Walden, who's unable to connect the shot. Yoshi loses the challenge to P-Man, but P-Man unable to put the shot on target. Yoshi then beats the Blue defender. Ball in Blue's corner. Blood War putting that center. Dal's up. Two defensive members of the Blue team going for the clear. But Blood War not there for the third touch. Good clear from him into the corner to keep the ball from being on target. Yoshi trying to bring it upfield again. That's going to go in. Looked like the Orange defender didn't quite know where to position himself to save that, and the ball will just sail right into the net. It's quite possible he thought that was going to be over. Now, this team from Dal, Blood War, and Yoshi, the only player we've seen from this team play is Yoshi, and we know his positioning can be very crucial to his team's successes. But we're not seeing any of that today, as a great passing play comes out from the Blue team to put a second goal in. Walden up the wall to drop this towards net before P-Man comes in to put the goal away, as my FPS decides it wants to bug and lock at 20. Thank you, Psyonix, for not fixing your game. Blood War putting the ball towards Blue's half. My FPS will fix itself eventually. This happens a lot. Dal up for the challenge. Flash beats the challenge, gets it into Orange's half. Walden unable to put it on target. Flash misses his touch to beat Blood. Walden unable to power slide and turn around in time. Flash beat out by Yoshi for the corner touch, but P-Man is in net to clear that away. Dal then beats P-Man, although P-Man recovers very quickly to beat both Dal and Yoshi to put the ball in Orange's half. Flash up for the touch, blocked by Dal. Blood War gets it back out to center. Can he beat Walden? No, he cannot. Yoshi going for the beat on P-Man, unable to do it. Dal is there for the clear, however. Flash able to make the save, pinching it off the wall there. Two players of the Blue team up for defense, but Walden is back when the tap happens to keep the ball towards that Blue half. A little bit of violent play there. The bumps coming out to try and make something happen. However, P-Man just putting on all the pressure right now, as nobody on this Orange squad able to make anything happen. Walden with another tap into the corner to keep this ball off target and out of Blue's box. Blood War tapping that back into Blue. Able to beat one. Flash whiffs the touch, but the third man is there for the block. Dal not going for the challenge. Yoshi thought about it. Decides he wants to get the corner touch. A triple commit on the side of Orange for that corner touch. Blood War demos one offensive player of the Blue squad. However, this Orange offense is not letting up. Orange, they need 2 in 30 seconds to get back into this game, and there's one. Yoshi putting it past the last back blue defensive player. That was P-Man in the net. Unfortunately, just slightly too far to the side to be able to save that. And with 26 seconds left to go, we have a game on our hands. Kickoff going in favor of Orange. Bit of a double commit there. Dow unable to make the shot connect, but Blood War beats P-Man to put that on target. No blue defenders able to put it back in, able to get back in time to make the save, and we have a tie game with 17 seconds left. This Orange squad stepping up their game, really showing they want to win this match and continue into this tournament. Dow and Flash on the kickoff, both players out of commission. Blood gets a weak touch for the clear. Yoshi follows it up. Follows up again. Bringing the ball upfield with the dribble. Walden's there for the challenge and wins the challenge. Blood War unable to make the touch. As P-Man brings it up the wall. He's going to try and pass to Flash, but no, we will have overtime in this match too. Walden and Yoshi on the kickoff. Kickoff in favor of Blue. Both players who followed up on the kickoff whiffing their touches. Blood War then beating one blue defenseman to keep the ball in their half. Yoshi going for the challenge against Flash, unable to get there. P-Man whiffing the touch, leaving the ball dangling in center for either team to take. Blood War will take up that offer, but Walden is there quickly for the challenge and the clear. Yoshi keeping the ball out of danger, getting it out of that corner, but Flash is going up for the challenge. Will lose the challenge to Yoshi. Walden putting it back towards the side, but he hands it off to all three offensive members of the Orange squad. P-Man unable to make the saving touch. This could be the last goal of the game. Dow unable to put it on target. An easy clear for Walden into the corner. And a follow-up by one of his teammates to get that away. Flash popping it over one. Puts it across net, but Yoshi managing to get the pop shot to keep it away. Dow bringing it upfield. Walden will go up the wall and put the ball to the ceiling to keep it out. Yoshi beats Flash for the dunk, puts it up. Walden gets the block. The third man of Orange not able to put that on target as it's cleared away. Towards the Orange side, Walden puts it up. Great block by all three members of the Orange squad. Flash putting it into the crossbar. Unable to secure the win for this blue squad as we move towards the second minute of overtime here. Flash in the corner. Doesn't get the touch he wanted. Walden is there for the clear. Dow puts it back towards their half, but Walden with a quick turnaround. Hands the ball to Flash. Flash loses the challenge, but P-Man is there for the counter clear. Flash puts it up. Hands it over to Walden. Walden unable to beat Yoshi. Ball in Blue's corner. A whiff touch by Flash could have ended this game, but the ball just slightly out. Flash able to knock it away using that sidewall there. A whiff from Walden. Leaves the ball in a dangerous position. However, a demo comes out from P-Man on Yoshi, and that clear by Walden will just roll into the net. A 3-2 win in the second minute of overtime for this blue squad. They will be advancing.
Okay, if I do this, can you not see?
GG's to both teams.
Shoot me. Oh. No, that one missed.
And we will once again go to a very quick intermission as I get this next match set up. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are just waiting for the players to join up into this next match. Hopefully there's no issues.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
I was told by both teams that they are ready. This next match, winners bracket match 3, will be Mutta, Velvet, and iKill versus Flash, Walden, and P-Man. Then we will move into the losers bracket for the losers bracket run, with match 1 there being Neo, Zell, and Haxor versus Dal, Yoshi, and Blood War. I see there is one team in the room so far.
No, it says she's on one.
We're just waiting on the team of Flash, P-Man, and Walden, and in they come. Both teams are now here.
Oh, it does say he's on.
Let's get into this match 3 of the DI-19 Division Wide Tournament. Match 3. Velvet, Mutta, and iKill losers who we have not seen yet in this tournament. Velvet, a keyboard and mouse player, something you don't see too often up in the higher ranks of Rocket League, but a good player nonetheless. And Mutta, haven't seen much out of him at all. Hasn't been in previous tournaments, so it's an interesting turn of events to have him here today. And losers, great offensive player, but his defense at times seems a bit shaky, so we will have to see how he's feeling tonight. As Velvet clears the ball towards blue corner, P-Man there for the challenge, but Mutta is immediately there for the counter. P-Man puts it back out. Mutta is there again, beats 1, beats 2. Walden whiffs his touch, flips the wrong way. P-Man able to recover in time and clear that back towards orange.
And then privacy. And then
Mutta bringing the ball up towards blue. Double command on the side of blue for the clear, but it works as the third man on this orange squad was not there. Velvet coming up for the challenge, but Mutta had already challenged the ball, leading it into the corner for P-Man to get a shot on net. Mutta unable to make the clear, and because Velvet went up and wasn't expecting Mutta to challenge the ball,
what?
nobody back in net for that orange squad. Velvet and Walden on the kickoff.
What?
Velvet pretty handedly winning the kickoff, leading it into Flash in the corner. Flash getting a nice touch there with the block on the orange offensive man. Mutta off the wall, going for the touch in the mid for Velvet. Velvet loses the challenge. Walden into orange's corner, already up for the offense. Brings it across net, but none of his teammates there to follow up for the goal. Mutta, no boost, whiffs the touch, handing it right to P-Man. P-Man goes for the challenge. Ball stuck in center. Mutta unable to beat the ball over Velvet. Comes off the wall. Clears it back towards blue. P-Man should be there for the clear. Losers unable to get the touch. Velvet is back for the save. Walden bringing it down towards net. Mutta with the block.
Legit gamer. That's
Mutta getting violent with P-Man on the sidewall. Losers unable to put that on target. Can he get the follow-up? He will. Tie game at 3 minutes. This orange squad responding to the pressure of the blue squad with pressure of their own, as none of the blue players rotated back towards net. A brutal mistake. As we see Walden has, as we see Flash has 988 ping. Serious internet issue there. We'll see if either team requests a rematch. So that we can have Flash fix his ping. Okay, as neither team has asked for a rematch, we're going to let things continue. P-Man, unable to get the clear, but Flash manages to beat losers.
Oh, like seriously, where is the start of this roller coaster?
Game pace seems to have slowed down, although Walden
Whoa,
challenging
okay.
seemingly everything. Trying to get to the ball as fast as possible. Walden unable to get there in time. P-Man bringing the ball out to Walden. Flash unable to make the touch. This blue squad definitely slowing down after Flash's ping issue. However, Flash manages to make the save. As the orange team, knowing that the teamwork of this blue squad isn't as good, are starting to put on the pressure. Walden bringing the ball up. Flash already there for the challenge. Going for the second challenge. Beats the second defender. Unable to beat the third. Velvet is there for the clear. Losers up for the shot, but unable to put it on target or even make contact for that matter. As Velvet weak clear into the corner. Mutta playing it slow, taking his time, not wanting to whiff a touch, but Walden says, no, I'm going to bump you if you're not going to do anything. And we're going to take the ball from you by force. P-Man, great challenge against Velvet there. However, unable to get it to his teammates enough for them to put it on target. All three players of this orange squad in the net. None of them wanting to challenge, as Blue is just waltzing with the ball. Mutta finally going for a challenge. Coming off the wall. Unable to get a double touch or an aerial carry. Will just put it right into the hands of the Blue squad. Velvet, however, beats two, but Flash is back for the save. Game pace speeding up as Blue is just putting on all the pressure they can. Mutta stopping all of them as every shot from that Blue squad came right to him. And that will be game 3-1 in favor of IQ Losers, Mutta and Velvet Angel. GG's to the players. One more quick intermission as we get the next match set up. And then we will be back with more Rocket League.
Yep.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
As Velvet is not playing in this next match, he's going to be co-commentating
Oh my god.
alongside me so that my voice doesn't give out before the semifinals happen. Because I'm running out of fruit smoothie.
Hello, my friends. I feel like I almost contributed in that last match.
Almost.
Yeah, almost. I got one assist. I had like 2 clears. And then Mutta did everything else.
Well, some of your challenges actually probably saved the game for your team. Towards the end there, that blue squad put on a lot of pressure towards you guys.
Mhm.
But I'm curious, Velvet, as I'm sure you've been watching,
I have.
what you think of this Dal Yoshi Blood War squad.
Man, I'm a little bit worried for them. So who was the team who was behind 2-0 and then came back? Which was that Flash's team or was that Blood's team?
I don't
think it was Yoshi's
remember.
team.
I believe it was Yoshi's team.
Okay, so yeah, they had that crazy comeback and then lost it in overtime. If they can replicate what they did there in the last 40 seconds of that match, then I think that they have a really good chance against Nilo, Zell,
User
and
joined
Hax.
your channel.
Oh,
Can
you
you
can buy it.
restart the
Oh, you can buy
match?
one too.
Why? What happened?
Wow.
What? We joined it and someone was already in there playing by himself.
Did you join the right room?
Which
Join
room is it?
DI4.
DI4, okay.
DI4,
User
DI4.
left your channel.
And that was our great and gracious friend, Zelric, who is about to play in this next match. Will he find his way? We'll find out soon.
Merciful savior. The kid who's probably
User joined
screaming.
your
Wait, what are
channel.
we doing right now? Is it the losers bracket or is
Yes, it is loser's bracket. You guys are gonna wait.
Chad, can you
If that's fine. Yes.
User left
You're
your
waiting,
channel.
Ross. Deal with it. God, oh, so impatient. So impatient. Unbelievable. As you can
Season 3
see,
grand champion over here, Haxor. Who knew?
Haxor. Yeah.
But he is recruiting.
Indeed he is. As we get into this first loser's bracket match to see which of these teams will go home and which of these teams will continue their lower bracket run.
And this
Okay.
is a best of one, correct?
Yes, this is. The team that wins
Okay.
this match goes on. The team that loses this match will be done.
Oh.
Neo?
Oh no.
Neo
I think he
stuck
got-
on the wall there with no boost.
He was one with that post.
Let's see this again. This just looks painful. Neo
He
trying to
almost,
get off the wall.
He almost pseudo wave dashed his way back into a save there. That was very close.
It would have been epic, but unfortunately, with the combination of no boost and being stuck on the post, just wasn't meant to be. As Zelric, it's a nice challenge against Blood, and then Haxor following Zelric up, keeping the pace of the game fast, as Blue tries to get this back in their favor. A demo onto Neo will stem this offensive push. However, Neo, just spawned, will come right back into it to keep the pressure from the Blue squad going. Velvet, something
Ooh.
I've noticed about Neo is he
Yeah,
can get
he's-
demoed 1,000 times and still be able to put the pressure on.
He can, although
Put one in front of you, Jenny. Put the one in front of us.
right there, he had a really good chance. And
As
look at that,
Haxor-
the equalizer, amazing shot, amazing
Just
aerial.
absolutely obliterates the defense here.
What I was
Yoshi,
gonna- Yeah, go ahead.
Yoshi, and I think that was Blood War, just unable to get any kind of contact.
I was gonna say it's Neo, and you're saying that he's able to put that pressure on, but I just saw him right when you said that. Actually, he ended up not going for
I know the way to the
some pressure when he certainly could have. And so I think that it may have made him play a little bit more conservative. And so we'll have to see how that does moving forward.
Well, this blue squad looks like they're definitely gelling together.
Definitely putting
Haxor,
the pressure on.
Haxor quite possibly taking charge,
Yoshi going for the
leading
demo.
this team. We see Dal whiffing there.
Yeah, a little bit of an oof.
Seems to be more consistent on his defense than his offense, as he's just not finding these offensive challenge touches fast enough to make anything out of him. As Yoshi passes towards Dal, and Dal once again just crosses the field, unable to put any kind of pressure on.
That was a pretty good center over to Haxor there from Zelric. Let's see if Haxor can do anything here. And wow,
He
he's
beats
beating
one. He has
everybody
to
right
go for the boost. He didn't have enough boost to put a challenge on there.
Unfortunately, that center that came out from that challenge ended up being a little bit too far out, as there was two members of blue right in the center of the field.
You mean orange?
No, I mean blue.
Was there? Okay.
You got here first.
However,
Meaning that they were both
out of
striker position,
range.
and
You're
neither
correct.
one was
Prepared.
in following. They
Yes.
were double committed.
However, you noticed in the corner when Zelric
Here we go.
crossed that over center to Haxor, it looked like he got called off that because he was going to follow it through. And we see it again here. Neo called off by Zelric, who then takes it and brings it up.
Zelric is definitely one of the more aggro players.
Oh my god.
So I don't know how much he is going to yield to people, but he is also somewhat adaptable. So I believe that he can, you know, they can keep gelling. They've been doing all right. So far, I feel like Orange is kind of like watching people fighting with wet noodles. It's just kind of 1v1v1v3 right now.
I can agree with that. The game pace definitely slow this time. Minute 45, as I think the Thunderbirds may have just taken off from the airport right next door, as I cannot hear anything because the whole room is shaking.
Oh, shot by Yoshi, but just wide.
I don't know, but that's loud.
Great. Great. You guys aren't getting nuked, are you?
I would most certainly hope not. However, that ball is most certainly getting nuked as it just goes back and forth at Mach across this field. No
Wait,
player's
the
able to
quick
put
turnaround in his words.
unable to put any pressure on this ball at all as either team.
Oof.
The ball is just getting bounced around like ping pong.
Snapchat energy is not answering.
And nobody is there for that center because who would have expected it?
And you have to think, there's only a minute left. This game went by so fast, but when you look at the gameplay, the ball's almost stagnant for what feels like minutes.
I know, almost like
Both
I
teams
feel like
willing
it's
to play
been
this
stagnant
so
for like
slow.
4 minutes and 12 seconds right now. It's
Both teams willing to play this so slow. Zelric trying to put as much pressure on as possible as Neo comes in for the shot on the
Look at that.
close post.
Let's take a quicker look at this. Zelric with the great challenge there. Great block, wins
Haxor.
it 50-50.
Haxor almost stealing the shot away from Neo.
That's bounded.
Phenomenal challenge there.
But the shot placement there by Neo, the opposite post than the defender. Keeping the defender unable,
my goodness.
as Haxor nearly air dribbles right into the net.
Oh man, if
Neo.
he got that, I would have been forced to say he was good.
Neo unable to put the ball on target.
That's a... Zelric doesn't do that very often with the backup.
What's up, chat?
I don't think that he knew where his teammate
mo-
was there, but
He most certainly seemed to hesitate upon hearing one of his teammates possibly close by.
Reset your character.
now Orange really has to get something done, and this is
Yoshi.
the incorrect net.
Nope, this is going to be the game. Oh no, possibly an own goal here for the... Neo manages to get over the defense to make it a 3-1 scoreline in the end.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a serious coup.
Dal putting it in. Dal
Neo.
putting it towards his own net for
Zelric.
Neo to come in and make it a 3-1 scoreline for this elimination match.
Unfortunately, Del, Yoshi, and Blood are the first team out as Neozel and Hax move forward in their conquest of this lower losers bracket. Next, they will face Flash, Wald, and P-Man.
Go. Ah, that's gonna take forever.
It's gonna take forever.
Yes, as I will make sure that the next team is ready to go. I will be right back.
All right.
Channel switched.
Gentlemen, your
Yo.
opponents await you.
Alright.
Alright.
Good luck.
Channel switched.
Alright. The opposing team should be joining the room here shortly.
I assume the room and password are +1.
It is the same.
Okay.
We are staying here as one team's already here and the next team will be here shortly.
All right. Actually, my team wants to practice, so I might step out for a little bit here.
That is up to you. Go ahead.
All right.
I will not stop you.
I'll be back after our win over Flawed and Company.
Oh, I see. Okay.
See you later.
See you
User
later.
left your channel.
A little bit of confidence coming out from Velvet there
Hey, what's up?
towards that winner semi-final match.
Here, I'll let you get in the front, sir.
Ash and Zell on the kickoff. Haxor bringing a quick ball to the blue side. Neo already up in the corner. Dropping it over one, dropping it over two, dropping it over three. No blue members able to clear it before it crosses all the way across the net. As Orange coming out with some high octane gameplay. Ha ha, the octane, sorry. I'll stop now. Neo going for the challenge on Walden. Walden able to block. But Haxor's already there for the challenge. Flash and P-Man double committing to keep that ball away. Zelric will whiff the touch. But Neo is back to block that aggression from the blue side. As the ball once again slows back down. Haxor unfortunately unable to get a touch there. But Zelric will be there to back him up. Walden, chance for a clear here. Hands it to P-Man, who was stopped by Zelric, but Haxor once again with a whiff touch. Needs to start getting contact on these as Walden, as I say that, decides to whiff. Haxor bumping one blue offense, but is unable to get out of the back of the net, and both orange defensive members seem to have double commit on this one clear. Right there, you see both members go up. Walden possibly having bumped one, or maybe both of them, leaving Haxor in the back of the net to defend a shot. And not moving at that. Ball stopped in center. Haxor coming in quick for the shot. And just like that, in the next 4 or 5 seconds, we see the equalizer come out from this orange squad, not letting up the pace of this game for a second. Haxor pulling out the big guns as we get into kickoff number 3 with 3:46 left to go. Walden winning the kickoff hard. Zelric unable to get the clear. Neo is there to put it back towards the wall and keep that from being a shot. Blue side, aggression stalled. Zelric will clear towards the blue corner. Haxor's coming off the wall to put it once again towards that blue net. Neo unable to make the shot. But Haxor not letting up, keeping the game pace fast, keeping this blue side uncomfortable. Only Walden back, able to beat Neo, even with just landing. Flash, putting it into Orange's corner, but Zell is there for the block, and is there for the second hit as well. As you see Flash there in the bottom of the screen going for the demo. On to Haxor, unable to get it however. Haxor with very little boost, managed to get one clear. Neo will be there for the second touch towards the wall. Demoed by P-Man. This blue side, wanting to put on as much pressure as possible to throw this orange offense off. As P-Man whiffs the touch, leaving only Walden back. Manages to get one challenge, but Haxor's up. P-Man with a weak touch. This ball seeming to just be moving a mile a minute, or seemingly much faster than that. As we see boomers go back and forth across the field. A challenge coming out, but neither of the orange defensive players able to move in time.
Get over yourself.
The ball very weakly pinching off of Walden and Zelric there. But Neo and Haxor unable to mobilize in time to pinch that back out of the goal. Seeming to both have trouble recovering their cars, as the pace of this blue squad is just overwhelming them, it seems.
Just in between the legs.
They've been playing so fast the last 3 minutes
I jumped in another car.
that it very much could be affecting their physical ability, as fatigue may be playing a role
Right,
here.
guys, hop on this thing quick. Quick.
We'll see what
It's
this
coming.
orange squad can do to bring this back, as
That's why we get
Zelric
to
brings
see
it
the
up into the
boring
blue
part.
corner. However, nothing seeming to go in the favor of either team, as we're just seeing back and forths, as Walden will get the aerial touch to put it in and make it a 3-1 game. Coming off the wall there to pinch it from Neo, and then Haxor unable to get the touch. Walden with a perfect drop right into the net, stops it using his wheels, and just lets the ball free fall into the net. Zelric winning the kickoff, won't be able to beat P-Man, but he puts it right back into center. Is then demoed. Haxor manages to get the clear towards the wall. Zelric then following up, but then demoed by Walden immediately after. Haxor able to beat P-Man and leave it in the corner. Flash whiffs his touch, but his teammates will be back. Zelric keeping the pace high. Unable to get any touch, but neither are any of the blue players. As Walden proves me wrong and gets a touch. Puts another shot towards net. Neo, weak clear, but Haxor will be there to get the second clear and stem the offense for just a second, as the blue team recovers so fast and just immediately turns the pressure right back around on them. Walden not letting up for a heartbeat. This man is all over the field right now. Another clear, as P-Man runs out of boost, it seems, and Zelric will make it a 1-goal game. We see Haxor there. Flash puts it to mid. Zelric simply turns into the ball, using that nice long dominus. The power there, just by touching the ball at high speed like that, easily enough to overcome P-Man's boost levels there. But the kickoff going in favor of blue. Walden able to get it over Zelric. His Octane rising into the air much faster than that Dominus can keep up. Flash. Oh, P-Man bumps one, but unable to get the second. Neo blocking that shot. Walden puts it out towards mid. This could be a shot. It's going to be a shot. It's off the crossbar. But the double commit from the blue player is able to block and keep anything from going into net. Neo unable to make the clear. But Haxor will follow up. Haxor going for another touch. Walden will get a tap on that, but it's going to go in. Walden putting it up to the ceiling. An unfortunate bounce there. Right down into the net. Oh no, P-Man just not in position. 10 seconds left. That's a 3-3 scoreline. We are tied from the own goal of Walden. Oh no. P-Man puts a shot on. Can he follow up? Zelric's there for the block. 2 seconds left. The ball is in the air. 0-second scoreline. We will go to overtime. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the losers semifinal. This will be a best of 3. Ooh, Walden manages to block the shot from Haxor. He put a little flare on it. But Flash able to beat Zelric. That could be it. That will be game 1. Going to Flash, Walden, and P-Man.
Get him, Chad. Get him. Oh, you go fast.
Hey, wake up. User joined your channel.
Great game right there, Lightning. What do you think?
She said she doesn't know if she can down.
I think it was a fantastic game.
All right, I was unaware of the best of 3 right here. I thought it was next round, so I'm back to Cast Games 2 and potentially 3.
Well, this is the losers semifinal.
It is. Sounds sad when you say it that way, though. 2v3, easy.
As it seems like Haxor may not be coming back.
Oof.
What?
Haxor doesn't come back.
What?
His team might just have to give up
Hey,
the
Jen, I remember
round
that
here.
time we were up at camp and I was downloading Skyrim mods.
If we can't get a...
And I was looking
User
for,
joined
Yo,
your channel.
join our
like,
chat. We don't know what to do.
for
Alright,
Ultimate
hold on.
Version
I'm coming.
because they would
User
obviously
left
live
your
in
channel.
Skyrim. It's
Velvet, I will be
User
back.
left your channel.
Sure.
We will go to a short intermission
there's a
here.
crocodile
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be getting into this next match, which will be the winners semifinal.
So it does get stuck.
I misread the bracket because I'm dumb. So, yeah. Put some Feels Bad Mans in the chat because I'm terrible. Okay, let's do this. We are waiting on teams to join the room, and then we will get started. In the meantime,
Yeah, I was thinking that, but then
I don't know.
thinking that he's probably just gonna
I'm just gonna sit here
quick.
and talk to chat if chat wants to ask any questions.
He's gone.
I have received a PM.
Didn't get stuck.
Okay. We are waiting to get into this match. Looks like we have one team in here waiting on the other. Let's make sure they are aware what just happened. I seem to have lost connection to the TeamSpeak.
So nice.
I'm not quite sure how. I will have to fix that. As both teams are here. Let's get back into
Channel switched.
TeamSpeak, and then let's
That's
get back into here. And it looks like all 6 players are in the room.
Fuck you.
So now we await them to join teams, and we can get this match underway. As my spectate button just doesn't work. Okay, there we go.
What's up?
Winners semi-final, ladies and gentlemen, will be a best of 3.
Good guy, though.
Mutta, Velvet, and I Kill Losers looking to take home the win versus Flawed, Ross, and Zion. As Ross, starting off the game strong, bumping Losers out of the way, and then attempting the demo as Flawed brings it upfield but has no support from his team. Ross beats the dribble from Mutta, playing the bump game right now, but Mutta answers right back with some bumps of his own. Flawed unable to get the clear. However, it looked like the orange offensive player was not able to get the touch there as the ball is immediately back in their half. This blue squad not letting up any pressure on them. Ross knocks it back towards his own side of the field. Zion brings it off the wall. Losers unable to get the touch off the wall to put it towards the net. As Flawed will clear that towards center. Velvet is up for the challenge, wins the challenge, but is unable to put it across the net for a possible shot. Flawed bringing the ball upfield. Mutta will take it right off the side of his car. Flawed possibly unable to see Mutta there, hidden by the ball. Velvet taking the ball right off of Ross's hood. Before Mutta goes even with Flawed on a 50-50. Losers putting that off the backboard, demoing one goalie. Mutta will get the double touch to put in goal number 1 of this series. 3:36 left to go. 1 goal up for this orange squad. Mutta and Zion on the kickoff. Mutta wins the kickoff. Moving upfield. Ross grabbing corner boost. Might have stolen that from Flood, but he beats one. Mutta beats him and Flood puts it up. Velvet's there. Velvet unable to put that on target. Where's his team? They all have rotated back, it seems, but Velvet steals the boost after bumping one, then comes off the ceiling to get back into position. Mutta's up, looks for the beat on Flood, unable to get it. Ball's in mid. Velvet demoed in goal. Losers and Velvet both back. Flood knocks it away from Zion who had a possible shot there. Flood and Ross dribbling back and forth between each other in the air to confuse and put that past both defenders. Flood handing it to Ross, who then dribbles it against the bottom of Velvet's car to put it into the net.
Where are you?
That just looked brutal. As Mutta follows up on kickoff, goes for the shot, blocked by Flood, but Losers is coming in. Gets the shot, 2-1 for this orange squad. 2:55 left to go. Orange answering back very quickly here, keeping this game pace fast. And the blue squad seeming to not be taking them very seriously, and they're underestimating their opponent's strengths and exposing their own weaknesses along with it. Novin and Ross going on kickoff. Flawed will get it clear back towards center. Zion up for the touch. Ross double committing with him. Mutta puts it into the corner for losers to go get, but Flawed is there for the challenge. Velvet will hard clear that back out into Blue's half. Ross is up for the clear, fails his touch. Velvet goes up, puts it right back off the backboard. Flawed's going up, he whiffs. No orange member there to go after the ball. Ross will get an easy clear towards center, but immediately answered by Mutta to put it back into Blue's half. Zion able to dribble past Velvet, but not able to get it past Mutta. However, Ross is there to help him out. Velvet, whiffing his touch, may have juked Flood, and then he lands on him to keep him away from the ball, as Mutta just brings it right back to the blue half himself. Losers beating out 3, but unable to get there in time to put the shot on. Flood going for yet another clear
Here comes for me.
as we head into this second to last minute here in game number 1, with Orange team up by 1.
I'm in the perfect
The Orange
spot.
team just keeping so much pressure on. But Ross with the breakaway, that could be a goal.
It can't
No,
go on
pinched
from
out
here.
of the corner of the goal by
Check
Mutta.
with me.
Although, Velvet has to deal with Flood, who with his fancy tricks and his twirly twirls is able to keep Velvet from clearing that any kind of effectively, and is even there already to block a second clear. Ross bringing it up the wall, but stopped by Velvet, and then juked by Velvet when he misses the touch. Losers putting that across the net. Flood will try to be there, but Mutta is already there, putting a third goal in for this Orange squad with 1:13 left to go in game 1 of this winner's semifinal match. Floyd just unable to get across the net in time to clear.
It's a perfect spot, so it can't knock me out.
We're seeing this Orange squad really put all their strengths together and cover their weaknesses very well, as this blue squad seems to be having a little bit of frustration going on, as Floyd and Ross double commit on that and put it right in front of their net. If any of the Orange attackers were ready, they very well might have put that in.
Looks like there's another kid trying to get over to it.
As Flash attempts to prove me wrong in chat, but if he looks at the bracket, he will see that this is indeed a semifinal. As one player on either team is demoed in a 1-to-1 trade, Mutta putting a shot towards net. Mutta keeping it in the blue corner, seeming to be toying with the offense there of blue. As Losers will put a 4th goal in for this Orange squad. 19 seconds left. This is looking almost impossible for this blue squad to bring back to an even point. Losers,
I said you guys should
there
focus.
and ready for that goal.
Oh, here comes Chad, here comes.
And if chat would, again, look at the bracket and look at the labels up top, they will see that this is, in fact, a semifinal, the winner's semifinal. And after this, we have the losers' semifinal, and then the finals, as the Orange squad takes game 1 with a 4-1 scoreline. Heading into game 2, this blue squad has some serious issues they need to fix. The double committing, if they want to win this game, must stop.
Get on there, Chad.
And you
quick,
see
get
Mutta
on.
there,
Yeah.
trash talking back at Flood,
No!
who spoke a bit early there in this game 1, in game 1, trying to get into the heads of his opponent, but Mutta not having any of it. Snapping right back at him. Floyd now seeming to turn it on. We'll see what happens in this match. Velvet even putting a smiley face in chat. These players having a great time, ready to get into this second match. Losers up, whiffs the touch, giving the ball over to Ross. Ross and Zion seeming to have a conversation about who wants the ball, but Mutta says, no, it's mine, I'm coming to get it. Flood puts it out over his own net. And Zion trying to find his place in this rotation. Flood and net. Losers will put a shot on, but Zion is there to block it. Flood seeming to be on the side wall of the goal, unable to get anywhere near that clear. Ross with ball possession, but he has no boost. Will hand it over to Flood, who beats Mutta. Losers going up. Flood will beat him as well to keep it into the corner. He'll put it out. Mutta will be there for the clear, leaving Velvet to be safely in goal. Or maybe not, as Ross comes up to beat Mutta on the wall. Zion, no boost. Unable to make the clear there. Flood will beat both defenders left back, but Losers will be there once Mutta makes the save touch. .350 left in this match. Zion unable to put the shot on as Velvet gets yet another save. Mutta working on keeping Flood away from that goal. Coming down off the wall. Will give the ball over to Losers. He has very little boost. This could be dangerous, but Velvet able to make the aerial clear into the corner. Flood going up for the touch. Puts it off the backboard over the goal. Player from Orange needs to challenge this. There it is. Mutta will go for the second challenge. Zion puts it into the wall and back out to center field, but Losers is there for the clear. Mutta up. Dropping it off the corner. No player from Orange there for the shot, as it took Blue a little bit of time there. Taking a little too long there to challenge that ball. Double commit there from Blue. If an Orange player was there and ready, that could have been another goal. Losers putting one on net. Ross with the epic save. Able to keep that one out and keep this a tie game for now. As we head into this third minute. Mutta popping it off the wall for his teammates. Neither of them there. Already rotating back for a boost. Losers will manage to clear to the corner. But Flood will be there and put a shot on net. Velvet unable to get there. I don't know if he was waiting on the wall for a challenge, or if he got stuck on the wall after getting boost, but Floyd positioned excellently to get that shot on net. Mutta unable to get back as well. Risky play there from Floyd, however, as his teammate was right behind him, and if he had missed, could have left one man back against all three players of this Orange squad, which could have resulted in a goal, as the Orange team passing it between each other, wanting to keep communication going. Zion beating Mutta to the ball. Velvet unable to beat Zion in the clear. Losers unable to beat Ross, as Flood puts a shot towards net, but Velvet is there for the clear. Counter clear by Zion, very, very quick. Losers demos Ross. Should stem the offense for a little bit here. Losers going up for the block, will not get there. Zion up for the clear. Game pace slowing down measurably here, as either team trying to slow themselves down to not let anything in. As Zion attempts to get the fake. Ross might have just put that in. He can't get there. That would be the equalizer. Ross own goals. Mutta shot for the 1-1 equalizer with 1:37 left in this match. Oh no. That has to be painful. That could have been the equalizer, and that puts them down to a 1-1 scoreline. One more goal from this Orange squad, and that could put this Flood team into the losers bracket of this tournament with a possibility of elimination. As Velvet goes up for the touch, manages to get the first. Mutta's there, doesn't get the beat on Ross. Losers going to bump it over Flood, but not the greatest hit. However, he beats two. Velvet beats the third. Ross will get the counter clear, but for how long is the question, as he whiffs his touch. Mutta demoing Ross, but Ross manages to stop the offense for a second there. Mutta trying to put it past Flood, can't do it. Velvet unable to beat Ross in the second challenge, but Orange starting to take it up a notch, looking for the fast plays, looking for the passing plays, looking for that third goal. This could be it. Losers going for the shot, double committed on Blue to try and keep that ball out of the net and avoid a possibility of elimination out of this tournament. Losers with the ball possession. Flood beats him to it. Mutta backward save. Ross comes in for the second shot. Velvet is there for the clear, and that's a savior medal for him to keep this game going. With only 20 seconds left, we could be seeing an overtime, but a little bit of confusion there in the orange net. Velvet able to save it. Mutta able to clear it away to the corner. As Ross whiffs his touch and isn't able to put it in. Flood popping it back towards the orange net. Velvet will beat Flood. Velvet trying to beat Zion, unable to do it. Zion up. Will bump one. And that's going to go in. Zion able to bump the defender away. And bring this to a 2-1 lead for the blue team with a 0-second scoreline. You see there he bumps Mutta, then lands on Losers to keep him away from the ball, and just watches his shot sink in. As the blue team takes game 2 and brings us to our first game 3 of this tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners bracket semifinalists are going to a game 3. We'll see if either team can fix the mistakes they made last game and take this one home solidly, or if it will be another close scoreline match. Flood starting things off on a quick pace. Velvet able to make the save. With Zion coming in fast. Ico Losers now up for the shot. Misses the touch. Mutta able to bring it out. However, once again, tapped away by Ross. Velvet wouldn't make anything happen as Flood beats one. Unable to beat Losers. Velvet, who, if he had hit that at any other angle, it might have gone in. That may have been an own goal to put them in a quick deficit here. Flood bumps. Mutta, Velvet with the clear back towards blue. We'll see when Flood decides to challenge here. Whiffs his challenge, but still manages to block Velvet as Velvet, trying to predict the challenge, will miss his touch. Mutta beating Flood that one.
I mean, that's our main goal.
Mutta attempting to beat Flood does. Ross with the touch. Taking it up, wanting to beat Mutta. Unable to do it as Mutta takes the ball. Velvet hands it back. Mutta will go. Will attempt to beat Flood. Will beat Flood. The ball hangling dangerously in the net. And Ico Losers will put it in from right over one of the defenders. Flood there managed to get the one save, but Ross just not able to get around the ball fast enough. And Losers will push it across that threshold. And we will see a goal pop to make it a 1-0 scoreline in this game 3. Although the pinch, a quick chance for Orange to get it clear and get down that offense.
Oh, wow,
Blue wanting to find the equalizer, unable to do it with that pinch kickoff. Ross in the corner, not expecting the bounce, will not get the touch he wants. Flood beating Mutta. Velvet goes up for the block on Ross, gets the block, gets the hit down into the blue half. I kill Losers. Handing the ball over. Flood beats one. Velvet trying to beat Flood. Unable to do it. Ball just was not high enough. Losers will dunk it over one. Ross there. Mutta will be there for the second goal. Putting this orange squad 2 goals up in this game 3 of the winners semifinals. This blue team really needs to fix their positioning, or they could be looking at elimination in the losers semifinal.
Yeah, you were. You just didn't know.
I kill Losers and Mutta on top of one another, waiting for the block. I kill Losers gets the block, but Zion is there for the counter. Mutta taking the ball out from under Zion and side-wheeling to keep it going into the blue half. What a play there from him as Flood uses the wall to bounce that out into center to keep it from being a possible shot. Ball will bounce up. Velvet will be there for the clear into center. Mutta's there for the touch, but he has no boost. Still has no boost as he's desperately trying to find some. Flood will demo him. So I guess that's a gift of boost for him as Velvet demos one and then hands the ball over to Losers, who loses the challenge to Flood, but maybe could beat him here. Puts it on into center. Ross, with the block, pinches it off the ground, right back into the air. Slow pinch there. Mutta hitting it back towards mid. It'll roll. Velvet unable to make the touch as Ross drops over the backboard there. beats one. Mudda coming in. Beats all three defensive members of the blue team. Could Flawed get back? He will. Mudda going up for the touch. Will be unable to beat the double commit of the blue team there as Ross beats one.
Yeah, I tried to go on that earlier.
Goes for the demo on the second, but Velvet's still able to beat Zion in the challenge. Mudda going up for the pass from Losers. Will attempt to dribble around Flawed, but will not be able to do it. Losers going for the block. Zion gets the clear to the side. Flawed taking up the ball.
I'm going on this yellow.
Velvet missing the touch. Flawed will come off the wall. Mudda will pinch that to the opposite side of the court. Losers. Not getting a good touch on that. Velvet will have to beat Flood, and he does for the clear past the halfway point. Mudda with a shot. The defensive man on that blue side just unable to make it. Ross with a weak touch there sets the shot up perfectly for Mudda. And Zion just barely underneath that ball, and it will tip off the crossbar and in to make it a 3-0 scoreline with just a minute 16 left to go. This blue squad needs to start moving fast, or it could be bad. They may be facing elimination in the loser's semifinal. Double commit on the backboard there from this orange squad could have been dangerous if Flood was able to drop that down in front of net, but Mudda's going for a third shot. And the defensive man once again unable to block it. Once again, this time Ross just unable to get to the ball, hesitates on the save, making it a 4-0 scoreline with just 59 seconds left to go. This game is looking said and done, but 59 seconds for 4 goals. It's been done before, it can be done again, and if any team could do it, it could very well be this flawed squad. As Velvet makes the save after Losers demos Flood. Power play here for Orange on the defense. Another power play here for Orange as Velvet demos Zion to keep the ball in their favor. Zion almost putting that right into Mudda for the redirect goal, but Ross going for a shot that's looking out. Mudda able to put it up off the backboard to keep that goal out. 20 seconds left. They need to score right now if they want any chance of bringing this game back and keeping the Soms from facing elimination. And with just 11 seconds left, it's looking said and done. We will have Velvet, Mudda, and IQ Losers in the finals of this tournament. Whether or not they will be facing Flood, Zion, and Ross, we will have to find out in the Losers semifinal. As we take a quick break for me to get that next match set up, and we can move into that best of 3. GG's to both of these teams. That
Yeah.
series was insane.
Oh,
It's
I
bad.
feel
How do you feel?
so good about myself. About
What
that.
am I doing?
feel,
I need to
I-
go here.
I feel like I played my part. I played my part.
Did you?
What's is it +1 or same?
It will be.
Okay.
And we should
It's
see the
up.
players joining here momentarily.
I'm totally gonna respawn it again
Flawed.
after he goes.
Oh, man.
Probably a little bit frustrated after that.
No, don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. Oh. We're still at
Ross,
the-
having disconnected from TeamSpeak? Curious.
We've been here.
Because I see my caster in here, but I don't see either team in here.
You
I will
even
go
said you
check
didn't arrive.
on the teams quite
You're like, "Oh, I
quickly
already
as
did
Velvet
that."
is cackling evilly here. Velvet is in the restroom, so he will be joining us momentarily.
What a crybaby.
What is happening in my chat right now?
Like,
Woo.
He's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "Florida sucks. College sucks. I've been suppressed so long time." She's like, "Can you go talk to someone? There must be a counselor there. Please reach out. I'm worried." And then I'm like, "I'm not gonna kill myself."
Alright, who are we missing here? We have one full team in here. We are waiting on what I believe is the rest
I'm in, like, the perfect place
of
to
Ross's
do that.
team, which will be Flawed and Zion. Before we can get into
They were bitches.
this loser's bracket semifinal, the loser of this will be eliminated. The winner of this will go on to face Velvet, Mudda, and I Kill Losers in the final. And it looks like we have all team members are in, and we will get into this best of 3. As Flawed decides he wants it to be known that he won the last tournament and then got absolutely obliterated in the winner's best of 3 semifinals of this one.
Getting ready to start, huh?
We are into match number 1
Aw, man,
of this loser's bracket semifinals, and Flawed made it decidedly known that he won the last tournament,
yeah.
but also decidedly known, thanks to me, that he got absolutely obliterated
Bounce back. I tried
in the winner's semifinal of this one.
Because I'm the winner.
As Flawed scores the first goal early in game 1 of this loser's bracket semifinal.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how Flash, P-Man, and Walden handle these guys here. I'm sure that Flawed has a vengeance right now. He probably wants to annihilate these guys.
As he loses a challenge against Walden. As this orange squad is just putting so much pressure on Flawed, able to make the clear. Walden, having been back in net, was not up to make the shot. Ross Tapping that into the corner, right to Flash. Flash going for the clear. Beats one. I believe that might have been Flawed. Or was that Ross?
No,
That was
toxic
indeed
boost, says
Ross.
Walden.
That was indeed
Good
Ross as Walden puts a shot
right
on net.
there.
Ross unable to make it, but Walden shot just high off the crossbar. Could have been the equalizer. As we just absolute chaos going on the field right now. Walden almost juking his own teammate for the goal there. And then whiffing. And his teammate just whiffing the clear. Flood going up the
Slight
wall.
touch on that, but
Flash getting the block on the backboard as Zion goes for the side shot.
that was a very good clear, by the way, by Flash, because Flawed was reading the
As Flash gets
wow,
the equalizer.
nice. The equalizer.
No
There it is.
defensive man in the net. Ross behind the ball. Zion chasing the ball like a lost puppy. And Flood just having no idea what he wanted to do there. Flood seeming to be flustered by his own trash talking.
Ooh.
As he then puts in another shot to bring Blue back into the lead.
He's bringing out Champ. The champion dragon. Maybe that's a snack, I'm not sure.
Flawed. Trying to bring out that champ level gameplay as Zion will own goal to bring it back to the equalize.
That was probably the best shot I've seen all day.
P-Man,
Zion, that was
P-Man unable to save that shot from Flood. But Zion turning around the scoreline and own calling accidentally as Flood seems to just be absolutely frustrated with his teammates.
I'm a sub brief. Oh no.
Flood seeming to be losing his mind, playing like all he wants to do is chase the ball, and that is not good for his team in this semifinal.
Zion.
Flood
Doesn't matter
absolutely
what
needs
net
to
it
be
is, man.
working.
Don't stand here.
Flood absolutely needs to be working with his team if he wants to win this semifinal and stay in this tournament. He may have won the last one, but if he lets his emotions get to him here, his team, facing elimination, may not come out on the upper end of it. As we are
Great touch there by
tied,
Zion.
as we are approaching the halfway point of game one here.
There's a triple commit here on Orange's side.
And that will result in a goal as Ross decides to put it in the net.
Look at that, 3 guys
With a
moving
bit
the
of-
same way. That was very unfortunate.
Ross with a bit of flair.
Hold on, I'm running.
Flood twirling through the air like a ballerina, even though he had nothing to do with that goal.
He has a gun.
As Ross whiffs the touch on the wall, Walden putting a shot towards the backboard to drop it down for his teammates, but Flood will be there for the block. Walden rotating back for boost as P-Man drops one towards the net, trying to get the aerial carry. Axel locking Ross, who's still able to get that clear.
Great clear by P-Man there.
P-Man putting it into the corner. Walden is up. Will miss the shot. Flash blocking Ross. Walden drops it back, but P-Man not ready for the crossback. As Flood will put another one into the net.
So on a scale of semi-pro to world class, how good do you think Flawed's ballerina skills are?
Well, technically, he'd probably be close to a 9.
I got it though.
But in terms of sportsmanship, he'd probably be closer to a 2.
So you're saying that at the amateur level, he could trash talk, but he could perform on the world class stage. He'd just get kicked out.
You would expect from a player who considers himself of as high a caliber as Flood seems to consider himself to have a little bit better sportsmanship. But as we all know, that is most often not the case here in Rocket League.
Well, he's been doing all right this time around. I think he's just a little bit salty after I beat him.
However, we are definitely seeing
Oof.
that champion level gameplay.
I'm saying, did you find
As
out?
P-Man, what happened there?
Well, he put the ball up in the air,
Not true.
right here, and then a guy, Zion actually. Oh, Zion! Another
Zion
phenomenal shot by
again
Zion.
Just
Wow.
unable to get it out of the goal.
He has some of the best shots on his own net that I've seen ever.
He's playing this series like he's playing for you.
What are you trying to say?
Well,
I'm not who I used to be.
we all know your roots, Velvet. It's okay.
This
And
is-
again, I can't say much. I was down there as well.
We were all.
We were all. We're not there anymore. That is for sure.
Now we
As
find
flawed.
ourselves in the clutches.
Trying to
Of the
showcase his champion level gameplay, but against this team, I wouldn't consider it champion level gameplay. At this point, it just seems like he's just outclassing his opponents. His opponents' teamwork just not there, and their mechanical ability just not at the level that is
He
being put
certainly
forth at
is.
them.
Clowning around in that.
I see what
Clown
you
hat.
did there. That was
That's good.
that was almost worse than my octane pun. Almost.
What was the octane pun? I missed that one.
Oh, I said high octane gameplay. And all three members of the team were playing octanes. It was... I felt very bad about myself for a moment. However, as we hit the last 11 seconds of this match, 5-3 in favor of this flawed squad. Game 1 looks to be going to the blue.
It is
However,
now physically impossible.
Flash will make it a 1-goal game. They are not out of this series yet.
They are not. Get on my team. Oh my god. Is it come Champ? You just roast people. That's what I do, man. It's what I do. You gotta make it fun.
All right.
No. Pause.
Flash dropping a piping hot roast on Flawed.
Flash still salty about last tournament, I'm thinking. And here he is, facing off again against Flawed.
Walden dropping his friends list is full as Flash drops the but he has no friends roast. A classic.
A classic roast.
Like 7-Eleven. Always classic, but never very good.
Oh, goddamn,
Yeah.
you got me.
As Flawed starts this game off quick, putting it towards the orange net. Zion with a weak shot,
Oh, what a
but Flash
save by Flash.
landing
Oh my
wrong
lord.
almost wasn't able to save that.
That was amazing.
Flash, that should have been an easy save.
I would have to say.
Let's
that
check
was
his ping. His ping looks fine. It may
a
have just
flashy
been...
save.
It was indeed a flashy save, and a risky one at that, as it seemed like he landed wrong. But a double commit on the side of the blue team. Zion, dangerously close to own goaling a third time, but he decides to just let Flawed have this one, as Flawed then demos Walden, leaving the orange team with no defender, and Zion will come in to finally put one in the opponent's net.
You have to question at this point if Flawed still wants to change teammates after that play. That was pretty good.
Hey, wake up.
As Flawed also agrees.
Oh my lord.
Flash. Ping fine. Zion puts a second one. What? Where was the team there?
The world is ending.
Flash unable to beat him, and Walden cheating up onto the kickoff. Unable to get there for the clear.
Zion doing a very good job right now. He's now brought his goals against his opponents and to himself down to even. So Let's see if
Seems
he
like
can
his goal to
extend that.
shot ratio may be actually able to go positive in this game too of this best of 3 series.
It's potentially. There's 4 minutes left, man.
And I've been informed by Stirhawk about Flash's ping issues. However, I'm well aware of Flash's ping issues, and he knows he can tell me when he's having ping issues. However, as I check the scoreboard, Flash
He
currently
seems to
has one of the best pings in the match.
Yep, top 4.
Yeah, I know I do. It's not. You guys got lucky.
Chicken Little.
Ross trying to get the ball out of his half, but ends up just handing it to Flood, who beats one. Doesn't beat the second, as
He ended
P-Man goes
missing
up.
the
Zion
flick
beats
right there.
Zion beats 2! All 3 members of the orange team trying to commit to clear the ball and just unable to get there.
Yeah, that was quite unfortunate. Walden definitely didn't have to go for that one with P-Man on the wall already on the ball.
Walden, moving up. Flawed. Trying to take that from his team. Zion whiffs the touch. Flash is able to put this across the net. Unable to get another touch. It looks like Ross may have bumped him away from that, as Ross just brings it downfield without a care in the world. No challenge coming out until the very end. P-Man attempting to clear. Flash coming in. Beats Ross. Puts it on the wall into the blue corner.
Did 50 there.
Doesn't seem like
Cross good
Orange.
clear pass to Flawed.
Blue is slowing down gameplay and just taking this so methodically. Breaking down
Nobody's
Orange
back.
gameplay at every turn. Even with the slow ball pace here, Orange just can't rotate.
Cross got a little impatient on that one.
And that
Didn't
one.
Not want Zion to control that.
Velvet. As we see
Yeah.
the breakaway goal and an own goal, possibly, from Zion. As I believe he just went... I believe he just went back negative in his goals to shot.
To follow up on Flawed's comment there, no. It's probably one of the better mangas that I've ever read.
Alright, Velvet. Good to know.
It's
However, with only 2 minutes left in this match and a 1-3 scoreline, Ross demoed, but possibly not in the best interest, as that puts him back on defense to just be there for the ball clear.
great pass there by Flawed. And great
Walden
clear there by Walden.
clearing it right back into center. Flood gets beat to the ball.
Alright, let's go. Let's go, Chet. Where are you?
Walden
No
up,
boost.
beats all 3 to make it a 1-goal game with 1:43 left to go.
They're bringing it back. They're saying we're not done. Oh my-
The triple commit
is mad.
is real. As
From
all
the
3
Grand Champ
members...
in solos.
Asshole.
The Grand Champion solos, not seeming to be able to match up to his team very well, as that ball will bounce off the crossbar and be cleared by the double commit between Walden and Flash. And Flawed will once again get beat by Steppen. Trying to bring out that 1v1 gameplay in a 3v3 match doesn't seem to be working for him too well. As Walden puts that across the net, P-Man just barely not able to get there for the equalizer, but Flash wanting yet another. Walden unable to beat Ross. P-Man coming in, able to get the block. There's 2 back, but Flood misses!
Wow.
The Grand Champion in 1v1s misses
see a replay
the
of this.
save. He comes off the wall in front of the ball and is unable to get another flip in time. Misses the ball, and we have a tie game in Game 2 of this best-of-3 losers semifinal with just
So
a
by-
minute of gameplay left.
Yeah, by Flawed's standards right there, he just said that he's off the team, which means that their team actually has nobody left on it.
As we see that Flood has somehow roped himself into having asked to have both members of his team kicked off and then wanting to leave himself.
Ross backing up a little bit. But that top clear. And
Those champ wheels are looking a little bit dirty. as Flood has now let 2 goals in this one match. Walden coming up. Can't beat
Wins the
Zion,
50-50.
but he does win the 50. Velvet, we're seeing the gameplay slow down once again. This was bad for Orange earlier. Their rotations broke down when this happened.
They're doing all right now.
Oh,
And I-
Walden
I
manages to
see
get
that.
the
There's nobody in
save.
that was a good save. We're going into overtime. Game 2, baby. Can P-Man Flash and Walden?
As I've been informed that the Bracket Master has in fact not updated the bracket yet.
Ah,
As the Bracket Master has now realized he has not updated the bracket yet.
forgot. to
Well,
put
Walden
myself
brings
in
the ball.
grand finals.
Upfield. However, Ross beats 2. Ball high over the orange net. Flash beating out both. Trying to get it out of their half.
A pretty classic whips right there.
Walden coming in. Double commit. Unable to beat the one blue offense player. Flawed off the wall. Blocked by
clear
Flash
right
with a
there.
save and a clear. Zion beating him. P-Man has to go up for
What?
this. P-Man gets the save. Ross coming in for another touch. The pressure coming out from this blue team. They have once again stepped up the pace and are bringing the ball back to this orange team faster and faster with each rotation.
Yeah, the pressure is just surmounting right now. Blue.
As we see a double
on
commit
orange.
from Orange.
Oh!
Flood unable to get it past Walden. And a clear into the corner. Before Flash turns around and blocks P-Man's clear out of their half.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that was calculated, given the fact that they just got out of that.
Flash tries to beat both. Unable to do it. As we see both orange defenders double committing to try and keep that ball out of their half. Could have been risky if it had gotten past them. We see Flood go for the ceiling hit. Unable to get it.
Nice block by Walden there, bringing it back into Blue's half. It's just an aerial battle right now, back and forth. With a couple of whiffs there, Walden takes it into Blue's territory with the center.
Ooh.
Oh, couldn't.
Flash
great
unable to get the save there. P-Man.
save by Ross.
That's up over orange net. Only one defender with boost that's back, as we know of. P-Man trying to beat all defenders by himself.
Triple commit there by Blue.
Walden unable to beat one defender back from orange, and he's in the air. If he had gotten beaten midair there, that could have been the end of this match. P-Man trying to beat Flood, unable to do it. Walden coming off the wall to put that back towards net, but Ross is there. P-Man
What a save
just
there by
barely
P-Man. Gets
back. That could have been dangerous if he wasn't back in time. Although Ross puts it up on the wall. Walden not able to get up in time to make that shot happen. P-Man and Flash double committing to beat out Flood. Ross will put it over. Walden has to get back. P-Man turns on the ball for the clear. Walden takes it over. Flood beats both. Ross trying to beat P-Man. Does.
Flood. Matt,
Oh.
we haven't seen much of Flood in this overtime. I feel like
Definitely haven't calmed down.
it's almost as if it's a team game at this point. Is quite surprising.
Let me out.
Flood seeming to finally be working with his team rather than against his team.
Go, go, go. Let's go.
As my FPS is once again bugging. As my game has decided it would like to lock itself at 15 FPS. This is a stop motion animation. Next slide, please.
Ross puts it up.
My FPS will eventually decide to fix itself, but until then,
Great clear by P-Man. And this is, once again, just still back and forth. It's double commit on the air with the orange. That could definitely be an issue here. Kind of an open net.
I apologize, chat. As Floyd rolls it right into the net. As I will attempt to fix my game because this FPS bug is making me actually want to just... Oh, God. It's so terrible. Oh, Lord.
Thanks for having me on the commentation. I have to go now and 3-0 Flood in the grand finals, so...
Well, Velvet, we shall see if you can make that happen. I may have to restart my Rocket League to get rid of this FPS bug because it's going to make me just puke.
Good luck and happy commentating.
So I'm actually going to
User left your channel.
restart My rocket egg. Because I cannot handle the 17 FPS. Bear with me, chat.
No, it's not. A grocery store, Lamau.
GG's to both teams for that first match. As I'm now getting the correct 250-ish FPS that I should have been getting this entire time. I will be right back as I get set for our grand finals. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I get the room set up, we will be heading into our grand final match between Ross, Flood, and Zion, and Velvet, Mutta, and I Kill Losers. This is a best of 5 finals, as the semis were best of 3. At stake here, the bragging rights of being the best randomized, completely just unexpected, but expected, best team in DI-19. Now, for Ross, Flood, and Zion to win this final, they must win 2 series against Velvet, I Kill Losers, and Mutta. Both teams joining in here. Ross's team is in first, waiting on Velvet's team to join.
Hey, wake up. Hey, wake up.
Place called Armory Plus, but there's nothing here.
User joined your channel.
As Ross repeatedly pokes me until I'm ready to just absolutely destroy him. Because he won't stop talking. Hi, Stir. How you doing?
Hello.
You having a good night?
I'm having a good night.
You been enjoying the tournament so far?
That's all that I've caught, yes.
Yeah? How was bowling?
Hey,
Did you have a
wake
good
up.
time bowling?
Yeah, I shot a
Hey, wake up.
231 tonight. It was nice.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad. Flood, trying to convince me that it is his team, when in fact it is Ross's team, and I've made damn sure of that by saying it out loud in front of the entire stream. let's get into this final match. Now, Stir, you've been watching as a spectator throughout however much of this you've been able to catch. I want to hear your opinion. How do you feel about each of these teams?
I have not seen, what's the other team's name?
It would be Velvet's team.
I have not seen, any of Velvet's team, but from what I've seen of Ross's team, there are definitely a little bit of double commits, but most of the time it's just good rotations and, good mechanical skill. Though, own goaling and whiffing is definitely not the best way to win a game, but if you win, then I guess it doesn't matter, right?
I suppose that is a correct opinion, yes. And as we get into this game 1 of this best of 5 finals, just about to pass the 1 minute mark here.
Yeah.
Flawed. Air carrying up by getting a PM. Oh boy.
What was the one we were on yesterday called? No, it wasn't prison.
Hold on. I must handle something real quick.
That sounds good.
As we work on getting Stir in here, so that he can watch the match in real time alongside me. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go in this match. The grand finals with the title of being DI19's best randomized threes tournament team on the line.
What?
Still a 0-0 scoreline here, as neither team able to out-rotate or out-position the other to make anything happen. Mutta demoing Flood, leaving the orange team with a power play here.
Just go look.
Passing
Like,
the 3 minute mark.
it's probably dumb.
Losers with a clear off towards the blue side. Not an open net. He has very little boost.
Just, you can stick your head out.
Now we've seen from Ross's team
Just look.
that there seems to be quite a bit of,
Look, Jenna.
I wouldn't say contrasting, but possibly contrasting attitudes. As Zion comes in for the follow-up to
Was a little
take
dance at the end there.
to take up the shot that Flood set up for him by repeatedly hitting the sidebar.
So it does that 9
But
out of
we've seen in previous
99
matches,
out of
Stir,
100 times it's gonna be
there
with
seems
my-
to be some very contrasting opinions on this Ross team
Oh, yes.
Chad, we're in, by the way.
about their teammates' skill levels. As Ross manages to make the save, but Losers is there to make a second shot, and that will go in for the equalizer. Only about 30 seconds later, 23 to be exact.
It's yard time.
We have an
Yeah.
equal game here in game 1.
Yard, join me.
Both Ross
Well, it is
and
best.
Zion.
Wait, never mind.
It is a best of 5.
Yeah, I was about to say 3, and I'm like, that's not right. It is a best of 5, so you never know. It could be reverse sweep, could go anyway at this point.
As
a good shot.
Losers
Whatever.
manages to hit the ball before being demoed by Ross in an attempt to make the save. And that will bring this orange team up 2-1 with just 2 minutes left to go. Now, Stir, as we know, in order for the Ross's team to win this grand final, if they win this first best of 5, we have to go through a bracket reset for them to win the whole thing. How do you think that might be affecting their mentality coming into this game 1?
Chad and I escaped.
Quickly explain to me what do you mean by a bracket reset?
Well, because Ross's team came from the lower bracket, in order for them to win the final, if they win this first best of 5, they must go to a second best of 5 and win that one in order to win the tournament entirely.
Ooh, that is
As
definitely put a
Zion
strain on their
is
mentality.
unable to put the shot on net. Once again, the post plaguing this Ross team.
Sounds like a day in my life.
Just another day in Rocket League, right?
Play seals.
The post being the best defender of all. As we see losers challenging Flood for the ball there. Velvet with a great clear back into the blue half. But Zion is ready and waiting, and Flood's already up in the air. Dropping that on net. Double commit there from Orange. We've seen double commits all over the place today, Stir.
Yeah. Seems like the double commits are happening on both ends, so it's kind of just countering each other out.
Those double
This ends
commits
up being a, yeah.
could end up being the series changing, the series decider if they come out in later games here. But for now, we've dropped under 30 seconds in this game 1.
It doesn't look like Ross's team is going to be able to pick up the slack at the end of these this game here.
It looks like Ross's team falling apart on defense and just unable to bring it back on offense. As Mutta puts yet another shot on net with just 5 seconds left. This is looking like it's going to be over. Ross bringing it up the sidewall. They're playing 0-second time here, but Velvet will knock that down to the ground hard to bring a win in game 1 for his team. Sir, what would you like to see fixed in this game 2 by this Flood team, as Flood seems to have just left the match?
Oh, I have a feeling that Flood is going to be bringing out a Merc.
Flood leaving the match, possibly for a car change here, or a rage quit, as we see coming out from his team captain.
He hasn't left the thing, so I don't believe that. Yeah, he's back already.
He came back. This could be a car change, as it is. Don't tell the caster to shut up. I'll forfeit you right now. Relax yourself. As we should be moving to game 2 of this series. Once Stir Ready's up.
Oh shit.
Game 2 here. The issues on this Ross team need to be fixed, and they need to be fixed now. Going down 0-2 in this series could mean a mentality shift for this team into the terrible, as we've already seen them start to crumble. Stir, for this game 2, as we do in fact see the Merc come out from Flood, what do we need to see change on this Velvet team to keep them with that advantage?
To change from the Velvet team, I wouldn't say more so much of a change as in keeping their currents, not messing up where they're at.
Right.
Basically what I'm going to say. Because they're, well, except for like some obvious whiffs at the current moment. But yeah, their current rotations and stuff like that are definitely putting some pressure on Blue Team, which is not, I don't think they expected that from Velvet's team.
A little bit of underestimation there, you think? As Flood, seeming to be whiffing uncharacteristically here, it might be the difference in car throwing him off, as he might not be used to it. Possibly putting him at more of a disadvantage than an advantage here, as he once again whiffs a touch. This time in aerial, which we've seen him be proficient at the entire tournament now.
A little side flip from Velvet there. Could have been bad, but Mutta picked him up.
And we've seen that time and time again from Mutta this tournament. Seeming to take hold of this team and guide his teammates into victory.
There's a cop after us right now.
Now, Stir, assuming you possibly know more about Mutta than I do,
Chad,
Tiny bit.
could
I'm
you
risking it all to save
could you make the assumption that Mutta is kind of guiding his teammates and giving them the calls that they need to be effective in order to win this match?
That was a nice.
As
pop
losers
from,
uses
Loser.
the tires of his car
Shoot him.
to flick the ball out of the way of Zion and up over him into the net.
Oh, what? He got me.
A
for
great shot from him.
Yes. I do not know about Mutta being a leader because I have not been on a team with him at the time of playing with him. but I have played a few games against / with him, and he's a very good, competent player. So I could imagine that he would be doing that.
Well, it seems to be working so far, as his team currently has a 1-0 lead in Game 2 of this best-of-5 Grand Finals. Stir, we're seeing...
what now?
We're seeing some frustrations here. You are low. Turn up your mic. I might be able to help with that by turning you up in TeamSpeak. Let's try saying something. Let's see if that fixes the issue.
Chat, do you think I sound better now?
Yes, Hype.
Well,
The screen freezes for a second due to the fact that I tabbed out of the
Try-
game and the game capture
Try
pauses.
turning on full screen windowed.
That
It'll allow you
actually
to
might
tab
help.
out and not
And
have
not
to, and it
lose.
also makes it
As Velvet
easier.
backflips away from the ball,
Yeah.
resulting.
Mock as well. It's kind of the same thing with Flawed. When he breaks out the Merc, you can tell he wants to try.
Mutta
So, yeah.
seeming to still be confident in his team's ability to win this, even with him on an Octane.
Yes.
What do you
very
think
much
it
so.
would take, Stir, for him to break out that Scarab?
Oh, damn.
I'm not sure. I have not actually witnessed the Meta Scarab.
Oh, you've only heard of
Or-
it.
I have only heard of it as of like 30 seconds ago from Hypebeard. So I think this is there's a little misstep from Zion there, but they might be able to
Zion
put it
also just again. Ross also hitting the
Oh,
post.
God.
Mutta able to make the save and clear it into the corner.
in. What was
None of
that?
the three members able to make a goal here, leaving
Oh,
us
sorry,
tied with a
Mock.
minute
Yeah, you're
left.
right. It was Mock Yolo that said it, not Hypebeast.
I see. As Ross finds the net to put this blue team back into this game with a 2-1 lead, possibly able to take this series if they can win this game and keep this momentum that they're starting to build going. But as they're one game down,
Chonky's trying to kill
they
me,
still
so-
have to win 3 more in this series at the
Yeah.
least, and another best of 5 if they want this grand finals win.
Yeah, this is going to be a very taxing night
As
for
Flawed-
Team Ross.
As Flood almost
Flawed's
whiffs
gonna
the
get some
save there.
fakes. Nah.
Flood almost whiffed the save there. Could have been a challenge and a goal for this orange team if anyone had been there. Mutta putting it over center. Unable to get
A
the
little
shot
misstep
off.
from Ross there, but it could turn out into a passing play. Depends on what Flawed ends up doing here.
Flood coming off the wall. He's up. Mutta's there for the beat. Loses there for the follow-up. A little bit of a misflip there, it seems, from him. As Mutta beats both defenders and pops that up, Velvet unable to put the shot on target.
Ross with a little in-cut rotation there, but shouldn't hurt too much.
And a
Wait,
demo
what just
comes out
happened
from
there?
A demo
Oh,
comes
okay,
out
never
from
mind.
losers. Zion looking for the clear. Losers going for the shot. Doesn't hit it. That's going to pop up. This isn't over yet. They can play 0-second time. Velvet unable
Well,
to
it
keep the
looks
ball
like-
up, and that will drop down. We will have a 1-1 series.
Yes.
Flood again with the car change.
So he's either going to go back to the werewolf. Wait, shit. He's either going to go back to the Octane or switch out to the werewolf.
Hmm.
I'm upstairs. I'm upstairs in the cop place. Wait till the cops
Now, if
leave
we
and
see
then go
Flood
back.
bring out the werewolf, what does that say
Two cops.
about his confidence in this series?
That is a very intriguing question.
Who's out?
If he brings
Uh,
out the werewolf,
If he brings out the werewolf, it could say that he wants to do more solo plays, but also not at the same time. And yes, I could say that Flawed has a lot of salt, but it depends. Did Ross jump in again? Ross, you know better than this. No jumping in instantly.
What?
Ross. as I have forgotten to hit spectate because I've been watching the teams just bounce back and
Same.
forth.
Same.
As we get into game 3 of this best of 5. Best of 5 number 1. Zion with the quick aggression.
Pop.
Ico Losers unable to make the clear there. Ross dropping it down towards
Ooh,
the
is
net.
That is. Oh,
Mutta and Velvet
together.
unable to make the save. Is that... Did we see Flood bring up... Is that the Takumi? That is the Takumi.
It is. I forgot about the Takumi.
Let's see.
I actually
Flood
forgot.
saying that Takumi is his final form for defense. And with a 1-0 lead, if that is indeed true...
Nice little boomer from Flawed there across the field to Ross.
Ross, no
Ross
boost,
doesn't
unable to
have
beat the
much
defender.
to do with it though.
Mutta bringing that out to center.
To answer Hypebeard's question about Flawed having a lot of salt, I don't know if he has a lot of salt, but he might have taken my salt banner from me in some blind trading, so that's a thing. I don't know if you'd say that's him being salty because he now has a salt banner, or me.
Well, as we move towards the 4-minute mark here, we see Ico Losers dropping it towards the net, but Zion is there for the counter.
That is a risky place for the ball to be, but nobody seems to be able to connect with it.
Well, Ross managed
and,
to
Ross
demo I
double.
Kill Losers. So one member of this orange squad already was not there for the
Ooh,
shot.
what the
As
heck
Ross
was
just...
that?
Ross hitting just enough of the ball to tap it up to the net.
Okay, where are you guys?
As we once again see a player on this blue squad own goal.
Oh yeah, no.
How did that? Oh, that. I am actually. That seemed like a buggy ball.
It
to be
seemed
co-
like the ball might have had spin on it, so when it hit that post and then hit the ground, it spun into the net.
Yeah, but
That's the
I'm
only
just
explanation I can
intrigued
think
by-
of.
I'm intrigued by just the massive acceleration that tip Ross got off.
That is a good point. However, Flood answering
Just
back
nailing it in.
quickly. The crossbar.
Hypebeard says that the difference between these two teams is Mudda's team is taking their time with their plays.
Alright, come bring us.
But could that be putting them at a disadvantage?
Alright.
As with the faster pace that this Ross team is putting out, could it be that they're getting to these balls quicker to challenge them than this orange team is putting the plays into effect?
I don't know. We'll find out though.
As we see
Won't
Mutta
we?
bump Ross instead of beating him to the ball. Ross then beating two of the 3 defenders here. Claude backing up to take the ball for himself. We see Losers coming in for the challenge, loses the challenge, but Velvet is there for the counter clear. Zion clearing it himself. Mutta putting it up towards the backboard. It'll bounce off. He will hit the shot. Ross will once again own goal going for the save. In
Ross
that
does not
moment,
seem to have very good reaction speed tonight.
in that moment, it looked like Ross was done if he did and done if he didn't. Going for the save means an own goal. Not going for the save means that it's an equalized game anyway. Bit of an unfortunate
Who'd have thought?
circumstance there.
Zion with the quick pressure to keep it off of Mutta from flicking it in.
Ross having a better game for the opponent's team than he is for his own right now, as he has now equalized this game twice.
Blue team seems to love the
Flood!
ooh, that kind of
What
stuff.
was he doing?
Like exactly what Merciful said is a flawless reaction time right here.
Flood's final form on defense, possibly going for boost instead of the ball, and he blames
Oh.
his teammate who was already trying to save the ball. Flood.
Probably the only thing that I can say about that is Flawed might have thought Zion had it, but that is not a thing to think in a finals match of.
And we
nice,
see
passing play there.
we see the passing play come out.
It was not me. Yes, it was. What?
Flood
Does
making
Zion- does Zion
excuses
have an
now.
internship? Internship? What now?
Intern Met. Yes, it's a new company for all of Flood's excuses. They come up with them on a daily basis.
Yes,
As we
they
see
do.
this game 3 equalized, Mutta beating 2 defenders. Ico Losers unable to make the shot. Velvet moving back into his own corner to try and make the clear. Will bounce it out to Mutta. Mutta's there.
Ooh, that was a close one
A
from
dangerous pass there to Mutta. As there's no defender in net. Velvet possibly demoed, and I Kill Losers, I believe, is on the other side of the field, going for a block from Zion there. Will win that block, but Flood, almost own goals, manages to make the save against Mutta.
Why can they arrest me while I'm in?
I Kill Losers with the pass. Ross finally making one into the opponent's net. And this
Wait,
time,
oh, yeah, I'm not gonna be biased. Never mind.
Ross actually making one into the opponent's net for once, and this time with a sick redirect backflip over Velvet's car.
Seems like Ross has had the most percentage of activity in this game.
Ross with the
Be it
most
for both
impressive.
teams.
Ross with the most impressive goal to shot ratio of anyone in this match so far. For better or worse. However, we see this orange team doesn't seem to be giving up anytime soon. Mutta beats both defenders. Velvet's coming in for the shot. Zion with the block. And a nice clear to follow that up. Velvet unable to get the center there. As Zion brings it towards net. The double commit.
That is
Velvet
very unfortunate.
unable to get back in time after his turnaround in an attempt to put the ball across the blue
I think
net.
Kill had an early push there.
Definitely looked like Velvet may or may not have cut rotation there when he tried to flip for the ball when Losers may have had it. As Floyd once again
Continues to
continues to try and get into his opponent's head here. Not letting up the physical and or mental pressure. Zion almost nailing one into the coffin there. Losers beating out Ross in that
is
challenge.
Ross gonna own goal
Will
again here?
take the ball off of Ross. Mutta going for the challenge. Will drive underneath the ball. Looked like an accident there. He might have been expecting the ball to come down a little more.
Ooh,
Flood
with a nice
with the
late flip.
with the late flip, but Velvet with the save there.
It
Mutta
seems
beat out
that
by Ross for the clear.
It seems to be a 2-1 of a best of 5 coming
This
here.
is true. One more game for this Ross team. They will
And they're
get
out.
their bracket reset.
No, I got backward. I said if they get one more loss, they're out. That's not true.
That is not true indeed.
It's 2-1 Uis. It's a best of 5, Ross, and I know you're probably trolling, but hey, Flawed actually spelled stupid properly.
Why did I get a "you died" screen on like Dark Souls?
No, no, no. You didn't
don't
say the
forget to
magic
hit
word.
spectate.
That's actually the first
Yes. Let's hit spectate early this time.
should just get arrested.
Flawed with the roast. I
There's
guess you
Mutta.
can call it a roast.
Mutta is now in.
Ooh, Flawed trying to get past Velvet with a I don't even know what to call that.
Dribble, fake dribble? Maybe? I don't know. That seemed a bit weird. Something he didn't quite know what he
airdrop?
wanted to... Yeah, maybe. He didn't quite know what he wanted to do with that, it seemed.
I think he was just trying to do what he could with what he had.
Ross
which
flipping it out
was-
into center, trying to hand it to Flawed, who misses. Velvet will
He
bring
does
that
get
up.
to steal their boost though.
This is true, leaving Mutta, I believe, with very little. Mutta
Ooh,
with only 14 boost here.
Mutta misses the clear and it goes to Kill.
Velvet missing the clear as well. Velvet clearing back towards blue. 2 team members of the orange team up on offense. Now, just now rotating back. seeming to be a little bit out of pace with Mutta. As Losers fakes out one, but cannot beat Flawed, who goes for the flick. Velvet's there for the save. Losers demoing Ross to give a power play to Orange. Flawed's there for the block. Although Velvet will take this off of him. Ross will miss, but Flawed is there.
Flawed almost got that. If he boosted a little bit more, he might have had it.
Now we see that this orange team is trying to step up the pace and trying to keep this blue team off their game here, not letting them play that slow, methodical game that they want.
I think it's already too late for a reverse sweep, Merciful. Because the orange team already has one game under their belt. So
That it would
It would
indeed
just be-
not be considered a reverse sweep.
yeah.
Losers going for the block, manages to get it.
Ooh,
Velvet
the
has the
pass
shot,
from
and he
Ross.
makes it 1-0 in favor of the orange team as Ross.
Once again, being on the wrong side of the field.
Ross, definitely playmaker of the tournament here. On both offense and defense for both teams.
This is the third game.
Fourth
Wait,
game. This is game
Fourth.
4.
This is game 4. Up 1 from blue team.
Lightning needs an overlay. Why do I need an overlay? I don't need an overlay. What are you talking about? I keep
You
track
have an
of-
overlay. You have a chat ticker and a follow count.
Yes,
You
this
don't
is
need much more than that.
this is true. Although I think he might mean for the actual tournament. For the
True.
match, since it's a best of 5, to count
have a
who
little,
has. Yes,
A text box, but
that doesn't look good though.
I got arrested too.
yeah.
However, we are passing the 2-minute mark here in game 4. Oh,
Uh-oh, can
can they save
get
it?
out?
Velvet will
They
manage to
cannot.
save it, but
They
Zion will
can
put it
have
back
an
in.
orgy, though.
The 2 defensive members back on orange, double committing for the save and actually taking the save away from both of them.
That is an actual like, shit fest. Cause sleep Ross. That's not how it works. If you make it this far in the game, then you have to go all the way.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. You can figure out something.
Ross's team possibly needing a sub here for the bracket reset if they win this match. As if they don't, well,
Like how Ross spent the time to type that out while the game's going on.
and Flawed also trying to type while the game's going on. Zion seeming to have to do everything here as his teammates just want to talk and not play the finals.
They're trying to get into the other team's head. It's probably not the best thing to do during the game.
Although it might be just as effective, as it might be psyching these orange members out. As the orange members might feel like they're not good enough to even keep this team's attention,
Check it out.
which would be the ultimate in disrespect. As we see, we're at the 30-second mark now. 1-1. Still tie game. Maybe seeing an overtime here.
Nice little pop from Flawed. See if there's a teammate going for that as well. And a miss. But it is contested again by Flawed.
As I am getting spammed on TeamSpeak again.
Oh, Jeff, is that a...
And cannot commentate while I'm being spammed on TeamSpeak.
Don't worry, just let me know.
This
and
will
I'll,
in fact be going to overtime.
Did you indeed change to full screen windowed?
I did not, but I will. I will
Okay,
do
next
that.
time it's Oh, is that an open net?
That is in fact an open net, and Ross
Almost misses.
Takes-
but Flawed was
almost
there for the,
misses. But takes game 4.
Flawed might have gotten the fake on somebody, but hard to tell.
An unfortunate, what looked like possibly a triple commit there.
No, Ross. Ooh, Ross deciding to stay. Is the tournament worth Spanish, though? Go, go, go.
Now, that would be 3-1. So this becomes a bracket reset, does it not?
Yes, it does.
Now, we saw Velvet
We might have to see
say 2
Velvet's
minutes
team
here.
step it up a
so
notch.
we will see if Velvet is in fact here. Yes, he is.
Lock the door, Ross. And Flash with the roast that Flawed wants a replacement bad.
Flawed may not be getting that replacement if he keeps talking. May have to play this grand final a 2v3.
Alright, Jed, where are you?
But we will have to wait and see.
Not to be mean, but to be completely honest, I think Flawed might enjoy that.
You are quite possibly not wrong. However, we see
Hey, I'm not
losers.
the only one that likes double negatives.
As we see losers. Oh,
Ooh.
putting a shot towards net, and Mota will come
Nice little
in
pinch in
for
from
the
Mudda and
goal.
Velvet. Mudda
The
with
2v3,
salty.
Flawed. The 2v3. Ross complaining of lag when he actually is tied for the best ping in the game. There will be no reset for 40 ping. You are not Flash. You do not have 988 ping.
That's a very specific ping.
It's what I saw earlier. As Flawed is complaining about 76 ping.
The only ping I will complain about is packet loss. Anything below 120 is mostly playable.
I would argue that it is exactly playable.
Yeah. Because
As
I've
we
played
s-
on EU at 120, and it's not the worst thing in the world.
I would agree. As we see, just past the 4-minute mark, a 1-0 scoreline. In favor of this orange squad in game 1 of the bracket reset.
Ooh, Flawed with the fake.
Mudda trying to beat Flawed. Flawed faking him out once. Losers trying to be Flawed will do it, but the pinch outwards towards the orange half.
Got a poke somewhere. I don't know where it came from, though.
What?
Mudda with the ceiling tap into the blue corner. Flawed will attempt to pinch it back out. Unable to get a good pinch off that. Mudda bringing it back upfield. Zion.
Flash, yes, you are the only one.
Zion back touching. Mudda beats the defender 2-0 with 3:20 left to go in this match. This orange squad bringing it to this Ross team.
One thing you have to consider, though, is this is another best of 5.
As Ross's team is trying to find every excuse they can to reset this game and not have to play out being down by 2 with only 3 minutes left.
Nice turn on offense by Flawed, but he can't finish it.
Now, Stir, if Ross's team really doesn't want to play this grand final, they can just forfeit to Velvet's team.
Really? How?
That is true. Oh, Flawed getting bumped in the air by the orange team.
That's maybe.
This blue team just having no luck getting out of that corner right now.
Outside. Oh, so
As
you're
once again Mudda comes in for the block, and Losers comes in for the block, and that looks like it's going to drop in. Zion
That was
not able to make the
very,
save.
Very, very productive pressure.
Just shot after shot with one man always rotating back to midfield for boost. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a perfect example of how to pressure an opponent. And we see a 3-0 scoreline, 2 minutes and 33 seconds left in this match.
Where are you, John?
Now, Stars, we hit the halfway mark in this match. What needs to change on this blue squad to beat this pressure coming out from the orange team?
I would say just confidence in their rotations and trusting each other.
As we
That's
see,
like one of the biggest factors getting later into playing is you just expect everybody to make mistakes. I have no
as
idea
we
what's
see, orange putting more and more pressure onto this net.
The one excuse I am very surprised I have not seen from Flawed is him forgetting to turn his music on. I am very surprised that has not come out yet, unless it did earlier when I wasn't here.
I have not seen that one yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if he tried it.
Oh, he's back.
And thank you, Atari Trill, for the follow. I appreciate that a lot. The support is quite helpful. As we see some doubt in chat on whether or not these teams really trust each other, as these are randomized teams.
In the middle of nowhere, kind of.
I think the only never mind. I was just about to. Oh, that was weird.
As we see Flood clear the ball away from the opponent's net, stopping his
Almost
team
worked
from
out,
getting an
but
opportunity on the net.
Not. I think the only two people that really have trust in each other is me and P-Man.
Turn real quick.
That could be
Have
very
to
true. As
say.
Velvet almost puts that in right past the defender.
Does Dylan have chat?
He has the
On.
stream open.
This is very amusing.
As once again, Flood talking smack at the caster. Not
While
exactly the greatest
playing.
idea when if Ross has to leave, I get to choose his sub. Mutta setting up yet another shot for losers. With only 24 seconds left to go in game one of this
Mutta's the
bracket
only one
reset.
back. But he is playing the
Mutta
passive game,
playing
which
the
is very
slow
good to do when you're
game.
only one back.
Playing the slow game, Stir, we see two of the offensive players going to be set up, and that leaves only one person to challenge Mutta, who has ball control in his own half of the court. And Mutta will
Did
put
I
that
just
in for a
witness?
fourth goal. A 4-0 goal, a 4-0
Merciful with the
scoreline.
roast on Flawed. Flawed has left the match.
Said he
Oh,
will
he'll
be
be
back. Looks like yet another card change from Flood.
Do you have a key card? Yeah.
Flood's
It
talking.
seems that Flawed's decision making on what car he should be using is a little flawed.
Bank.
Flood's talking, possibly affecting his play here, as he seems to be more focused on trying to talk more than he is on playing.
Hey, wake up.
In RLCS and RLS and ESL and X, put in whatever tournament you want. Are car changes even allowed?
I am
In
not
matches?
sure. I couldn't tell you.
Hey, wake up.
You know, to be honest. Oh, I think he heard me, and
Hey,
I think he's
wake up.
calling the music. I think he's calling the music excuse. No, not excuse, but
Rent an apartment.
I think he's saying the music's gonna help out here.
The music has started. Legends Never Die by the League of Legends team, possibly.
I think the faker thing, yeah. And Flash, to answer what you're saying, it is very possible that Flawed could get a pro to play on his account. He has a few in his friends list, but I do not expect that happening tonight. Wait, do all of you are the
As we get into
players
game
even
two,
supposed to be able to hear the casters to be
I
completely
have
honest?
no idea.
Might have found
Because they all just said no when I said that.
Where?
We will see how things pan out in Game 2 of this bracket reset best of 5. 1-0 in the favor of Velvet's team. Velvet with
What
an
a
amazing
save
and a
with
second
Velvet.
one. Velvet
with the thing.
Flood with some impressive pressure. 2 shots in a row, but Velvet meeting him at pace with each one that comes in. Some impressive
Almost with the
defense from
read
the
on,
keyboard and mouse player.
Yeah.
Flood going up. He's switched to the werewolf now.
He's
This may
used
be the
every
final.
car that I thought he would maybe use.
This may be his final form on offense here. As his final form on defense didn't really work for him. Mata with an excellent clear up off the backboard. Flawed, trying to tap that back in.
Just go to the garage, Joe.
With a
Losers
little bit of
with a
style.
block. Orange team trying to find an opportunity here. The blue team just doing everything they can to keep this ball in the corner or even completely away
Very
from the
good
goal.
defense seen from both sides.
As we see Velvet pop the ball up. No players from this blue squad up. Flawed trying to get a tap. Mutta will be there for the block. Mutta will be there to beat a second. Zion
Nice,
has to beat Mutta or else this is going to center. It will center. Losers
Mutta with
unable to
very
beat
good
Flawed.
control of his car, even with only 30 boosts.
Velvet.
Velvet
Losers
seems
manages.
to be the demanding player in this series.
Losers manages to roll the ball down Flawed's car to put it towards net, and Velvet will be there for the save. We saw both other players on the blue squad try to get there for the save. Excellent attempt by them, trying to get back, trying to be that second and third man back for their teammate to trust in. But this play from this orange squad is just being slightly too fast for them to handle right now. As we see this blue squad struggle to get it out of their half, even with a power play. Velvet's there to pop it back up, and Losers looks like he's going to bring it right back into their half. But no, he misses the
Little
touch.
misstep.
Hands it over to Ross. Ross will bring it up off the wall. Mutta misses the touch. Flawed, and
Ooh, unlucky pop for blue team.
Flawed, unable to make the shot, ends up popping it up over the net, and Mutta's there. Moves it up over the net. Velvet pops it out to mid. Mutta loses the challenge.
Loser's the only one back.
But Losers, we've seen him a lot tonight. Some very painful whiffs there from the orange team. Could have resulted in a goal if any blue player was there. But the breakaway could have been bad. Flood and Zion both rotating away. Mutta almost bouncing that one right up over both defensive players on that blue
Velvet
squad.
just taking out Loser. That was an unfortunate endeavor.
A double commit here on the side of orange. Mutta's up. Looks like he's going for the shot. Will knock it past one. Flood's there for the save. Can he get the clear? No. Losers will come in for the shot towards the net. Velvet's there for the follow-up. Zion's up the wall, trying to go for the clear. But Mutta
Nice
will drop it
pass.
right out from under him.
That was a double commit from Flawed and Zion. Flawed did not seem to trust Zion at all.
Zion just wanting to drop that down and away from the net. Flood deciding
Flawed
he'd
has left
rather
TeamSpeak.
Flood deciding he'd rather go up the wall with Zion than stay on the ground and wait for the ball to drop down to him and clear it. Mistake there from Flood. Now bumping his own teammate, about to own goal. Losers will come in the midst of Flood's, I guess, frustrations. As Flood seems to have rage quit now.
Go that way.
Stir, help me out here. I'm trying to find positives here, but it looks like this blue squad is just completely falling apart.
Well, it doesn't seem very many ups right now, but let's see what Zion and Ross can do on their own here.
We've seen this blue team, when they're working together, able to do some incredible things on both offense and defense. But it seems
Flawed
like
switched back to the Octane mid-game.
interesting. It seems like and Mutta sneaks another one past Zion. It's 4-0 with a minute to go. Velvet with another pass. roster, we've seen this blue team do amazing things on offense and defense. But it seems like this orange squad has started to come together and are now trusting in each other to make these saves, make these clears, and make things happen. And the pressure they're putting out, I think, is just breaking this blue squad apart. Another double commit coming out from Flood and Zion. Flood having no trust in his teammates. Losers waiting for the pass from Mutta. Mutta takes the ball up himself instead. Misses.
Mutta almost getting the
Losers
double touch.
misses the touch. Flawed with the breakaway. Looks for the shot. And it will go in. 30 seconds left. 4-1 for the scoreline.
Is this second game?
This is indeed second game. And Flash,
If blue
I am
team manages to get it together, they could do a reverse sweep.
Flash, I am
It
well
depends
aware
on
of that.
how-
Just say once
However,
you rest it again.
as of now, I'm not going to take too much action. I'm going to let this finals play out. And for the next tournament that is hosted, I will have to adjust some of the rules to create more balanced gameplay. However, I understand where your frustrations are coming from. And I appreciate your feedback. It will be taken into account.
This match has come to a close with Velvet's team up by 3. See if blue team can come back with a reverse sweep.
Blue team needs to fix their attitudes. It's come down to the fact that Flaud's frustrations seem to be getting to him, and in getting to him, it seems to be getting to the rest of his team.
I am bad at typing, apparently.
Don't get in.
Mutta and, never mind, I'll just let that happen.
Flood, having separated himself from his team, is now in a channel with Velvet's
The enemy
team.
team.
Yeah.
Alright.
Flood, having joined their channel, is now asking for them not to be toxic.
Jump.
I'm a little
No, they
concerned
joined
about
his
this.
channel.
Did they? Interesting.
This is a very odd turn of events.
Jump.
I just said that. There's a delay, mate.
God damn it. Alright, I guess we have a whatever.
Channel switched.
I'm gonna need all of you to separate. Flood, go back to your team's channel.
I didn't join any other channel. I'm in my own channel.
Alright, go
User
back to
left
your
your
team's
channel.
channel.
Channel switched.
Unbelievable. It doesn't even want to be in his team's channel.
Man, that'd be sweet. I'm trying.
Well, if it works out, it works out, and that might.
We will have
could
to
be-
see as this match drops right past the 4-minute mark pretty quietly. Flood seeming to be having issues with his team and the issues with the other team. Definitely some things that will have to be taken into consideration for the next tournament that is held. Unfortunately,
Oh, sweet. I got
it
up
appears
One thing is probably not have the players here, the casters.
that is indeed probably true, but on top of that, players need to stay with their teams inside a match, regardless of what is happening between matches.
Ooh, that almost was a nice shot put on by Zion.
That was
Top
a,
left corner, just
that
a
was
little bit off.
That was a fantastic shot put on by Zion.
Help me, where are you?
Mutta surprisingly able to get there in time. I honestly thought that would have gone in.
It was a little up. Might not have went in.
So what have you been doing?
Oh, Mutta got him.
Zion looks to be a little flustered in the corner there. Ross helps him out though.
Zion manages to get his touch.
Got a helicopter.
Zion.
That hurt my eyes. The camera freaked out really hard.
I saw that. My camera spazzed a little too. Ross jumping past goal may have taken out Zion there. Actually, where was Zion in that whole thing? Ross, possibly. Ross not there? Ross not there. Okay. Oh, no, Ross got demoed, it seems.
Wait, Rain is now in the channel with Ross and Zion.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
However, Flood is still not with his team.
Is your coughing disease?
Flood is, in fact, with P-Man and Walden.
Alright, love you.
As this blue team is definitely breaking apart. Flood
Alright.
saving a possible shot from one of his teammates. And then
Ooh,
own
nice
goaling
pinch.
almost.
Wait, hold up.
But manages to save the shot that came in from losers.
Also, the nice block for blue team.
Blue team's players playing well solo. But if they want to win this,
Nice.
the
Ooh,
team
that
play is
almost
gonna
is a
have to come out.
Perfect corner shot by Zion.
You're bringing
Once
me down,
again.
Chad.
The team play needs to come out here, Star. These players can play well
I'm trying to
single-handedly, but they can't win this alone. As we see, none of them had rotated back, and Ross couldn't get back before Velvet. They need to be communicating, and with one of them in a separate channel with people that aren't on his team, the other two don't know what he's gonna do. Ross doing everything in his power, making crazy clears and crazy saves this match, but
Some roasting going on by Merciful. I do not know.
Merciful is not wrong. In a 3v3 tournament, you cannot win it by 1v3ing. You need to use your team.
Nice little defense there by Mutta.
Star, I think we can both well and truly agree that Zion and Ross are doing their very best to win this right now. But with Flood seemingly out of commission when it comes to communication and teamwork, there's only so much the two of them can do against this team. Flood trying to do everything himself, not trusting either of his teammates to help him. As a demo comes out,
Oh, facts.
Mutta stealing the shot away from losers.
No, that's the thing.
Law does have a nice recovery from the bump. Though one thing to note, if you do have a teammate that is going gung-ho, you cannot just pretend that he is not and have the same rotations. You have to change up your playstyle. You have to play more defensive and passive and just try to assist in that regard.
We see Zion trying to be back, trying to do that, trying to be that third man. To be back when his team has one member trying to do everything and one member trying to help him. But against three people, how long can he hold up?
That
As
was
we
a
see
nice
Zion
shot by Zion.
managing to do it all himself and bringing this to a one-goal game.
It was a
Flood,
nice, pass by Flood, though.
Flood
Chad.
makes the pass,
Oh, nice.
but Zion, even trying to be the defense of his entire team,
I just died, so.
Yeah, if only we had a mic in the
Hell? Dude, the Chrono Base is hard around.
in the team rooms.
Yeah, I'm in like a fucking built-ass area. I'm assuming.
and
No,
as soon as this ball touches ground, as it will right now, we will have the winners of this tournament, Velvet, Mutta, and I Kill Losers, who will be crowned the best team in Division 19. I'd like to see all three players of that team into the casters channel, if they can hear me. Or Stir, how about we just go to them?
Alright, that seems reasonable.
User left channel switched.
Gentlemen,
Oh,
congratulations
User
Thank
joined
you.
your
on
channel.
being
You three are versing
game,
me.
guys.
Flood.
No, you
User
three
joined
right
your
now
channel.
are versing
Flood.
me.
Flood,
User left your
leave.
channel.
Whew, that was
Arrived
just a...
by the,
GG,
goes
you
sweating.
guys are officially the winners of the tournament.
Thank you.
User joined your
And
channel.
will be considered by
Can you
me
tell
and
Flood
everybody
to
else.
grow up?
I can't control
like that?
Flood. I apologize, I
Leave
can't.
his team like that?
However, I can tell you that based off the tournament and based off everybody that was watching, who's still watching, you three are now the best randomly selected team in Division 19.
Channel.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, with that, that will be the final word of the tournament. Your winners, once again, IQ Losers, Velvet Angel, and Mutta, the best team in Division 19 in a randomly selected 3v3 tournament.
Let's go, team.
I'd like to thank